Yo, what's up, guys? Michael Matthew, and we are outside. Me
Again.
and DJ doing our thing. As you guys know, today is the day our pregame tailgate part two, as
Yep.
the Sparks will be facing off with the Indiana Fever at 7 p.m. But we are here, Emmy Square Pizza, LA Live, Figaro on the 11th. Make sure y'all pull up. But this we got a special treat though, DJ,
Yeah.
because it ain't just the greatest duo on the land. It's about to be the greatest trio. We got the one and only Jovan
Come
Roberts
on,
with us. What's up,
girl.
Jovan? Hey, so it's going to be super lit here. A good time preparing us for this big time matchup.
Yeah.
DJ, say what's up to the people.
What's up, LA Sparks Weekly fans? It's been a minute, but I'm happy to be out here. You already know Caitlin Clark is in town. She won't be on the court, but all her fans have been walking past me. Okay?
Hey, you know what that means? That's a plus for the Sparks right there. So
Other than the fact that Eric McDonald is now on the other
yeah.
side, so that's kind of a negative. But I like our plus minus for this game, Michael.
I really like it. The Sparks have been doing some great things. They won 6 out of their last 7 games. Just picked up possibly their biggest win of the season. I know that New York win was impressive. Rakia with the buzzer beater, but Stewie was out early.
Yeah.
That Seattle Storm team was at full strength.
Yeah.
They went to not one but 2 overtimes.
That was a good game.
I was at the studio. I felt all night doing my
crazy.
thing, holding it down for you, DJ. But the Sparks are playing some good basketball. What's your thoughts? Just let's talk about last game as we prepare for this one. What did you see from the last win that gives you confidence about tonight?
I have supreme confidence in our LA Sparks because last game they played like they wanted to win, Michael.
Yeah.
We just want them to contend. We want the games to be close. It doesn't matter about the score because at the end of the day, whether you win by 2 points or 10 points, the Sparks are going to take the W home here. I'm excited to see Ari McDonald back in her own old stomping grounds. Excited to see all the Indiana Fever fans here in the building. What's up, Indiana Fever fans? Welcome to LA. no, it's all love over here. Jovan, girl, you are not dancing today. If y'all don't know, Jovan is on the LA Sparks dance team. But you ain't dancing today.
She is an all-purpose player for the Sparks squad, especially with LA Sparks Weekly. So, Jovan, the Sparks coming off that big win. What has impressed you the most recently of what the Sparks been able to do?
Consistency. I think just them playing over these last before the All-Star break is a little rocky, but afterwards they found their rhythm, they got their groove back, and just being so consistent with Rakia, Cameron Brink is back, so just making sure our whole roster is healthy has been so good to see, and just watching them play with like confidence, just play cohesively and together. That's been my biggest thing for them, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen tonight against the Fever. You know, they're on a roll, like you said, with or without Caitlin Clark. They've been playing better without her.
Facts.
But I think we definitely have a lot to prove. We need to push for that playoff spot. We got like a little bit over a month left before we can really secure that spot. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do tonight, and we're vibing out here, having a great time.
Hey, we are outside with it, Emmy Square Pizza, doing our thing. Sparks playing some good basketball. I'm very impressed with Rakia Jackson, right? We remember early on what she dealt with. She had the concussion. Her just trying to find her way with a brand new coach, brand new system after playing so well last season, was the runner-up for Rookie of the Year. And it looked like, dang, like, did she regress a little bit, you know? But as of late, she has been looking all-star-like. They found a way to help her attack. They're putting her in the mid post. They're putting her in the post. I love what Coach Roberts did. She had a lineup of, who was it? Julie Alamon, KP, Ray Burrell, Rakia, and Cameron Brink that helped get them back in that game.
Momentum.
And that small ball, it opens up the floor for someone like Rakia who could play best when the floor is open. And then it allowed Cam to play some of her best basketball. But Rakia Jackson, just how well is she performing, DJ?
Listen, sophomore slump where? Okay? We knew that Rakia Jackson is a superstar, and she continues to prove this day in and day out. Doesn't matter if she's down. Doesn't matter if she's up. She's going to do the right things inside of the basketball game to get the ball back in her favor, to play good defense, to be scrappy, to talk a little bit of trash.
You said something earlier in the season that I really liked. I think she in her villain
She
mode.
in her villain era. I told her. I said Rakia Jackson is in her villain era. She's ready to get her get back. She should have been, higher up in that Rookie of the Year.
She should have been fighting for it. I know she got the name, but not Cam, but Caitlin Clark has
Clark
a
has a
name.
name, but if
Rakia
Rakia had played maybe 10 more games last season, because remember she wasn't in the starting lineup initially. Yep. If she had played 10 more games, we might have been having a different discussion. But again, that's very controversial.
You talking about us? You talking about us here?
Yes, we can hear you.
I hear you.
Yo, Sparks fans, Jovan, thank you so much for joining us. We are about to go live with the press conference. They are asking if they can hear us.
You talking about us with Infinity?
Yes, we can.
Yes. That works. No problem.
All right, while the Sparks get ready for that press conference, Michael, we got a lot to talk about here because the WNBA is on fire.
Oh my
Slim got traded to the Seattle Storm today. Oh my goodness.
They're not the Seattle Storm no more. They're the Seattle Sparks because they got so many former Spark players who were productive here. You got NECA, Gabby Williams was a Los Angeles Spark, and now Slim over there. They traded Zaya Cook, which, of course.
And then she got waived.
I didn't like, but.
I didn't like that either.
I like the move for Seattle. It's a team that we saw that can fight, but they were just missing a little something.
Yeah, but also, too, as we saw with DeWanna Bonner just going to Mercury, sometimes things can be going well, and you throw a player that you think is going to be an accelerant on there, and it actually can make you regress a little bit.
Yeah.
And in regards to Zaya Cook, Chicago Sky, what are you doing? Get on the phone right now and call Zaya Cook.
Pick her up. Y'all not winning anyway.
You're not winning. You need to develop
They need a guard. They don't have Kennedy Carter. Go and get someone like Zaya who can help. She just didn't get the opportunity.
She needed an opportunity.
With the Sparks, with Coach Kurt Miller. Didn't really get it with Seattle. So now, it's a tough time.
Yeah.
But forget all that. It's all about LA Sparks.
It is all about the Sparks.
They are doing their thing. Took themselves from the dungeon to now they are going up the charts, up the standings, trying to secure not only a playoff spot, but get into possibly the top 6.
I will also say, Michael, I was crazy. Right. I was right. All of y'all said I was crazy. I'm a little off camera right now because I'm joining the press conference, fans. But just know that I'm over here talking my stuff because I was right. I said after the after the All-Star break, we would make a playoff push. That has happened. Yeah. I said when everybody gets back healthy, the Sparks will go on a tear. That has happened. Facts. So this just goes to show you when you have faith in your team. Listen, I am the Sparks Oracle. I need to get that on a T-shirt because I called it. Our girls are going to come through, make the playoffs, and go deeper than we thought they were going to go to the playoffs.
They're a team with a healthy Cameron Brink, who we're going to talk about a little bit in a second. They have an opportunity to be very tough. Step up. Let's see that. It's time to pay the players. Yes. Do y'all see that in the back there, WNBA fans? It's time to pay these ladies because they are ballers and they deserve the money. Give them the bag. They need to drop it off at their lockers game.
Shouts out to all the Sparks fans behind us.
Oh, yeah.
CC, friend of the show. We're Women's Basketball Club.
Yeah.
Everybody, listen. The fans are out here having a good time. How good was the pizza?
How good was the pizza? Oh,
Pizza's so good. The beer, Santa Monica Brewing, is out here. So if you want to have a quick drink and a quick bite to eat before the game, we highly suggest coming through to Emmy Square Pizza.
So before we get to this presser, we have Jovan with us, Jovan Roberts, who's also part of the dance team. Jovan, I want you to just hop back in camera. I want you to talk about your experience there because when people come to basketball games, they just think, oh, I'm only here to watch hoops. And that's it. No, it's a whole show that goes on, and the dance team is a big part of it. Can you just talk about the importance of the dance team and your experience with them?
It's so important. This is my first year on the Sparks crew, and before they had, of course, other teams like the old school crew and the kids crew. So we're the only ones holding it down for entertainment. So it's so important for people to see the dancers. The little girls come up to us and like, I want to be you one day. It's just a lot of representation that we bring to the court and a lot of excitement, hype. We got a halftime show tonight.
Okay.
Everyone know Baby's gonna be here. If you know.
It's
gonna be a good game, but just the dancers bring so much hype and a lot of energy to the court, and we have Sparky with us, who went viral last week, a couple games ago, and he just went crazy.
All right, y'all, we got to take a quick break. We're going to the press conference with the coach.
See you.
Hey.
All right. Coach, the Fever have the longest winning streak in the WNBA. What makes them so tough to beat? I think everybody in this league is hard to beat. I think they're playing really well right now. I think they're a balanced team. They've got, I do want to give a shout out to Ari McDonald. I think she's done a tremendous job there. She's found a home and she's really elevated their group. Kelsey Mitchell is, I think, the fastest guard in the league in terms of off the dribble. And she can just, when she gets going, it's nearly impossible. And they've got, Cunningham shooting, Hull comes in and shoots it, they defend well. And then, Natasha Howard and AB are tough. They're physical. They play hard, and, we've been on a 5-game winning streak too. And you're playing with a little more swagger. You're playing with a little more confidence. I think they're coming in here, one of the hottest teams right now. So we have our hands full. There's a lot that goes into beating anybody in this league. I think for them, we got to handle the physicality and play with pace. I think that's going to be big.
John W. Davis with the Southern California News Group. Coach, like you said, the Fever, they're on a 5-game winning streak, but your team has won 7 of the last 9. So I would say your team is hot as well. Other than score more points, what do you feel like the team has to do to win this game? Like, what's going to be the difference?
I don't know. I think we've got to defend the 3-point line well. It seems like when they really get going, they're hitting from 3. And that could be from anybody, right? I think we've got to do a good job keeping them off the free throw line. But it cuts both ways. I think we do well when we're hitting threes and when we're getting to the free throw line. So it might be a battle of wills in those regards, but we've got to be good on our matchups and defending personnel. And at this point, we've played them twice. It's the third time, at this point in the season, you've played everybody a couple times at least already. And so it becomes a little more of a chess match than checkers in terms of making adjustments. But yeah, I think, both Indiana and us are confident right now, but man, nothing's easy.
Eric Warwar with the LA Times. Coach, you alluded to this a little bit. Obviously, the Fever without Caitlin Clark, but in her place, a number of players have stepped up, as you mentioned, Leah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Sophie Cunningham, as you mentioned, a number of them. But how do you kind of approach that scout when there's weapons really all over the floor? Anyone can step up.
When there's what all over the floor?
Weapons all over the floor. Anyone can step up.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what makes a good team. That makes a team that's hard to beat. And I think when we're playing well, that's our case too, right? It's I don't know that there's a one sentence answer for that. I think we have to be the aggressors. I think, the more aggressive team tonight, I think with both the way we both both teams play, I do think it's going to come down to aggression, like aggressiveness and execution. We've got to be able to run our stuff. And like I said, we've played each other a couple times and both games have been close. And so I know we're in a dogfight tonight for sure.
Hey, Coach, talk about swagger, confidence. Where are you guys with that at this point? And how have you seen that grow? And like, dumb question, but like, why is that important in the W?
Yeah, no, it's not a dumb question. It's a great question. I think we're still, a work in progress in that. I think what has been really cool for me is to see these guys are learning what it takes to win, what winning looks like, whether it's the first quarter or the fourth, what winning plays are. This league, if you look at like even the standings 2 through 10, it's just crazy, right? And so no win is easy, and every game's at this point, particularly in the season, every game matters. And so if you're not playing confidently and with a little bit of edge and like we believe in what we're doing and each other, then you're not going to win. And so it's been really cool for me, rewarding to see these guys understand what it takes to really win and to hate losing, not get used to losing. And they've turned the corner with that, which is cool. But I feel like our group's confident, but they're humble. I know there's not a sense of, we've arrived, because we haven't. We have not achieved what we said we were going to do. I think we're having a solid season, but we didn't set out to have a solid season. Like, we want to make the playoffs. I'm not shy about saying that. Will we? I don't know. It's hard, but that's certainly the goal, and we just got to keep pushing. And I certainly think if you're not confident in your work and in your teammates, it's almost impossible.
Hey, Lynn.
Hey.
You guys made a nice signing this week. I'm wondering what it's just like for you to have Keely back around, and what are you hoping for her to be able to accomplish in her time with the Sparks here?
Yeah, it's cool. It's very obviously familiar having coached her. And, for us, it was an opportunity to bring her in and see how she fits. And, I certainly know what she's capable of. I know kind of how to use her. She's stronger than anybody you could, anybody. Yeah, I would not want to guard her. Yesterday in practice, one of our practice guys had the moment of like, whoa, just her strength and power. So, she's had one practice under her belt. She arrived late Sunday, I believe. So, we got to work her in a little bit, get her comfortable. But, I'm excited to have her, and she's just a great human being for our locker room team. Hi.
The trade deadline is around the corner. There is a human element to this where, players can be traded. It's also your first trade deadline in the WNBA. How are you kind of managing it? How do you keep players, for lack of a better word, focused on the task at hand rather than worrying about what could be?
Yeah, that's not my job. So it's one of those things, and I'm not trying to be flippant. Like, I don't get into it. And so it's not something that I've talked about, brought up, anything. And, my job is to coach the players that we have in the locker room and on the court to try to win as many games as we can. And do that by treating them well and all those things. And so that's what I'm focused on. And a lot of that, most of that, if not all of that's out of my control, just like it's out of theirs. And I kind of like it that way.
Hi, Coach. I know Sanaya Fagan had a few big games for you guys on the road, and it was a really important aspect there. With Cam coming back, can you talk a little bit about what her role looks like, what it's like to have her in practice and in the locker room?
Yeah. How old is your baby?
She's 4 months.
Oh my gosh. Basketball is cool, but that's way cooler. No, don't be sorry. That's awesome. She's cute. I don't remember the question.
I just want you to talk about Sanaya. Sorry.
Yeah, to be honest, we are still figuring it out, right? So you bring a player back of Cam's caliber and her potential, she's still on a minutes restriction. So to be completely candid, I'm still figuring that out, and I don't have an answer right now. But to have depth is a blessing, and as I've said all season long, Sanaya will be a WNBA player, and she's done a good job staying engaged. And it's hard as a player. You play, then you don't. But she can just control what she can control, and with her work ethic and her attitude and all the things, and she's done just a tremendous job with that. I certainly know her potential and what she can bring, and it's going to just be down the stretch here, figuring out how to utilize everybody the best way for her team. Yeah.
We'll go to Infinity TV on Zoom.
Hey, what's up, Coach? Michael Matthew here, LA Live. So the last game you guys played against the Seattle Storm, you threw out that small ball lineup with Rakia at the 4 and Cam at the 5. How important was it for you to kind of give that look for Rakia so that she can be able to have the space to go downhill? And what did it kind of do to unlock Cameron Brink there in that fourth quarter?
Yeah, great question. I think, Seattle's probably the biggest team, longest team in the league, with Malunga out there and NECA and Ezzy. They're big. And so I was kind of matching up with them with our length, and we just couldn't get clicking. And so it was like, well, screw it. We're just going to go small and make them guard us. I always say that. The knife cuts both ways. We have to guard them, but they got to guard us. And I think it opened things up for us. We started playing with a little more pace and all those things. And I told Cam after the game and the team, I think Cam kind of single-handedly turned around the momentum of the game. She hit a couple of shots, got some blocks, got some fouls. Let's not be shy about that. But it did affect Seattle. It did. There was one possession I remember, she just, NECA was attacking, saw Cam, and kicked it out. And she may not even have noticed that, but I was like, okay, that's affecting the other team's offense. And so Cam's presence is big. We got to keep her out of foul trouble. But I thought she single-handedly did that. And then Rakia was just huge all night. She had a couple just huge offensive rebounds. The one on the free throw there over Ezzy to tie it. I think that was in double overtime. I don't know. That all runs together. But, Rakia was great for 50 minutes, 47 I think she played. But, putting her, she's also fearless. So it's like, okay, you're guarding Malanga, who's 6'7", and she just kind of said, all right, cool. So I like that fearlessness from her. She's shown a lot of confidence and grit down the stretch here.
Hey, Coach DJ from Infinity TV. Final question from us over here. Last time we spoke to KP, she talked about protecting home court. Is there any philosophy that you've expounded on with the team that you can talk about and the importance of protecting home court tonight?
Yeah, I mean, a couple things. One, I'm not going to buy into the narrative, and I'm not going to let them buy into the narrative that we're not good at home. Like, just quit it. Quit thinking about it. Change it, right? Like, don't give yourself a hook to hang an excuse on. I think, secondly, we've talked about what things can we control, and there's a lot of distractions, and LA is LA, and we love it, but there's a lot of things, and so trying to minimize distractions, and we're better. We've have a better record on the road. I think it's because they're just a little more locked in and there's no distractions. And so what can we do to kind of control that and help them be their best version of themselves at home? But I'm not gonna let anybody use an excuse. We've got to be better at home, and hopefully that starts tonight.
Thanks, Coach.
You bet. All right. Thank you. I'll see you after.
So that's a wrap.
We
just heard from Coach Lynn Roberts. Great question to finish it off, because I know she's like, we don't want to fall into this. We don't win games at home, but that has been an issue.
Yeah, and the narrative has started.
Yeah,
so I'm glad she directly addressed the narrative, because Sparks fans are saying we play terrible at home, not because of like something they're seeing on TV, but because they've been in the arena. So I like that Coach said, I'm gonna write that down on the t-shirt. Don't give yourself a hook to hang your excuse on. Oh my goodness, that's good.
And I had to ask her about that closing lineup, because I think it really helped unleash Cameron Brink. In game number 2, she scored, I believe, 7 of her last, all of her points in that fourth quarter. She had a few blocks. You can really see her the advantage she gives the team. Like, I've been somebody who's saying I need to see more from the second overall pick for me to believe. But I'm like, if they could play her like that, to connect it to the MNBA, when the Lakers had Anthony Davis, she can be that type of player like Anthony Davis that can pick and pop, that can pick and roll to the basket. And then we already know how dominant she is defensively. If she can knock down these outside shots, then go and get an offensive rebound, put back like she did in that fourth quarter, it's just going to give them another weapon to go with down low to join De'Erica and Azare. And it makes them, like I've been saying, it makes them a team that a lot of people are like, damn, we got to face Cameron Brink and the Sparks. Even Coach said it made NECA think a couple times before going to the basket. So to see Cameron Brink, this is going to be game number 3, I believe, with her. To see her once again tonight. The first pick isn't playing in that draft.
That's right.
Number 2 is, and she's ready to do her thing. So I'm excited from what I saw from Cameron Brink.
I'm excited that Coach directly addressed the elephant in the room, Michael. Cameron Brink needs to stay out of foul trouble. We were talking about this last year. Unfortunately, she tore her ACL, so she didn't get a chance to actually address that part. That's just adjusting to the WNBA. All players go through that. Also, she had a problem with it in college. When Cameron Brink was at Stanford, she actually fouled out in her last game. So, we've been seeing this. We know that Cam is working on it. We don't expect for Rome to be built in a day, but we expect that to see some kind of progress toward that foul trouble, because we need you on the floor defensively in order to make a major change here.
what's up, LA Sparks Weekly fans? Hey, as we told you earlier, we are now in the building, and we just watched a big-time win by your Los Angeles Sparks, knocking off the Indiana Fever 90-81, playing some great basketball. That is 7 wins in their last 8 games. The fearsome foursome back at it again. They scored 80 points in this victory. So shout out to them. Michael Matthew, DJ Treacy Trees. DJ, got to talk about this win. What you like about it?
Michael, I like that I was right. Fans, LA Sparks Weekly fans, we are out here having a good time because we were locked in with the Sparks when they were on the losing streak. We knew this thing would turn around. We knew that when the squad was healthy, everything would click. This was beautiful basketball.
Great basketball.
This was a masterclass. And Aaliyah Boston still went off.
Yep.
Kelsey Mitchell still went off.
Crazy.
The Fever were doing the Fever things.
Yeah.
They're a great team, but the LA Sparks really responded here. I'm so happy with the girls tonight.
No, yeah, and I was been so excited. Got the score all wrong. 100-91. The girls gotten triple figures doing their part. And you said it before the show. They need to come out early and get after it. They did exactly that. It was a back-and-forth slugfest early on in this game. But the Sparks showed that they were ready to go, but they start getting stops. And the key part of that was Cameron Brink.
For sure.
Finished the game with 5 blocks, 4 of them in the first half.
I think that's her career high.
Oh, yeah?
I think that's her career high. We're going to double check that.
We're double check that. But just how impressive has she been? How does she change this team defensively? Because that was kind of an issue early on in the year, is that once they get attacked, that you can kind of keep going, and then the floodgates open up. Now, you can't really attack as much, and it allows the Sparks to turn defense into offense, and then they go on the run compared to earlier in the season. So just talk about her presence for this team.
Cameron Brink's presence is monumentous because when you got somebody in the paint, listen, I grew up playing women's basketball, okay? You got a girl that's that tall in the paint,
man.
You think twice about the shot, the kind of shot you're going to take, whether you're going to hesitate or not. So the players just have too many decisions to make. When Cameron Brink is there, even on help defense, that one that she swatted out, I don't even know if they found the ball, Michael. I didn't know where the ball went, but Cameron Brink is just a defensive threat. A lot of the times we are waiting for her to do the offensive things, but you don't need that sometimes.
And it's going to take some time to get to that, but her defensive impact, I don't know another player in the league that can do it. She was out here with possessions guarding Kelsey Mitchell.
With the 2 hands. You see that 2 hands?
Staying in front of her, so she is truly an asset. But you know the fans out there, they love them some offense. And we got to talk about it. Rickea Jackson did her thing. In her bag, her bag work. That's I want to talk to her about it because her bag work looks like to another level. In that first half, she hit the little penny, spinning step back jumper.
With that fadeaway off 1 foot.
I'm like, Rickea is showing out. Detroit is truly in the building. Can you talk about just her performance and just the offense in general, just free flowing, the ball movement? Player movement, it just looked really good out there for the Sparks.
Rickea Jackson is nothing new that we've seen, right? Rickea Jackson is nothing new, right? This is exactly what we thought she was going to be her first year. Second year, sophomore slump. Where, Michael? Where? Because Rickea Jackson is only accelerating. Like you said, she's got more in her bag now. I think we can credit that from Unrivaled. Playing in the 3-on-3 format allows you to match up 1v1 a lot better. So you just know how to catch the ball. You know what to do, and you just got more moves to go to. So offensively, Rickea Jackson is better, but defensively as well.
Yeah, and they putting her in a place to succeed. I love when they play her at that 4. It's great, great, great. But don't just listen to us. As always, we got Coach, we got Kelsey Plum, we got Rickea Jackson with the post-game presser.
Eric, 1 second when everyone comes out. Eric, go ahead first. And then Jackie, go ahead.
Wait, sorry. This is for whomever wants to answer. You had Julie Van Loo celebrating the travel on the bench. Rickea picks up a tech, talking trash to Natasha Howard, letting her know that she couldn't guard her. You guys have beaten 3 out of the top 6 teams in the last 4 games. At which point this season have you guys found your swagger?
I mean, okay. I think No, I don't. It was a great win, and that's something that I think, you know, we've talked a lot about being very successful on the road and not as successful at home. And so, you know, Coach, I think Coach, GM Reagan, like, we were very intentional this week about, hey, listen, like, that changes. It's got to change. If we want to be in the playoffs, we got to win our home games. So I think you just saw a level of intensity and competitiveness. And Kia wasn't doing anything other than what she normally does. You know, it's funny, like, you know, as a player, you're competing, you make a tough bucket, you look at them like, you let them know, you know, that she's from Detroit. so I'm just proud, you know. Proud of Keith, proud of Dearica, proud of Z, proud of Julie, both Julies. I mean, I thought collectively as a team we came in and it was our energy, and I think that is the difference between us winning and losing, is really our energy and our intensity. You know, shots fall, don't fall, but at the end of the day, like, we had an energy about us that won us this game.
Go ahead, Jackie.
Jackie Ray TV, KP, this one's for you as well. Kind of to piggyback off of what Eric said, the intensity was obviously there. Congratulations on this big win. You always say you want to assist more. You got 11 assists tonight. How was that important to you to make sure that you were bringing everyone in the game for you specifically?
Yeah, I think I've learned throughout the season. You know, I think I'm best when I take less shots, to be honest. And not just that, but being very decisive and trying to really read the defense. You know, sometimes my competitive spirit gets the best of me, and I just try to make something happen. But I thought I was really patient tonight and just reading what they were giving me. And, you know, credit to my teammates. Led Dearica did an incredible job making herself available, rolling, Key, posting up, Azare. Like, when they move, it makes my job super easy. So I thought tonight our movement, I just was a beneficiary of that. But it was really awesome to see everyone kind of firing on all cylinders.
Hey, DJ from LA Sparks Weekly. This question is half for KP, half for Coach, because I asked you earlier. KP, last time we spoke, you talked about protecting home court. What do you think your analysis of that in the face of so many Indiana Fever fans that were at our pregame tailgate? What does it mean to win at home court with so many visiting fans?
Yeah, I mean, I learned my lesson about talking about press conferences. I think honestly, like, Bill and Beard taught me a lesson when I first started playing for him, and it was like, if you win your home games, you will be in the playoffs. And so I was just kind of remembering that and saying, like, okay, like, this is really important. And, you know, obviously we're a young group and we're continuing to grow and get better, but I thought tonight was a great step in the right direction. That's an incredible team, and they're as hot as anyone, and they're versatile, skilled, they can shoot, they got the paint. I mean, they got everything it takes to make a run for a championship. And so for us to come out and just have that level of intensity, I was just really proud. We didn't back down from the moment, and yeah, we just got to keep it going.
Thank you. For either Kelsey or Rakia, there was a moment in the second quarter when something was thrown out of the court, and it's not the first time it's happened at a WNBA game within the last week, I guess. I'm just wondering, like, what was your reaction? What do you think about this happening across the league?
I'm gonna steal that question. I think it's ridiculous. It's dumb. It's stupid. You know, we take our. It's also dangerous, and you know, player safety is number one. Respecting the game, all those things. I think it's really stupid. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
I thought too we did a great job, Indiana included, just playing on. Like, don't give it any attention. And the refs, I really appreciate them too. It's just like, hey, let's go.
Hey, Rakia. Sorry, hiding behind Eric. Question for you about playing with Kelsey, and just sort of like, what's something you've learned with playing with a guard like that?
Feistiness, competitive spirit, but no, KP is literally like one of the most high IQ players I've ever played with. The way that she looks at the game, the things that she tells me within the game, even at practice, it has helped grow my game so much, but also the confidence she instills in me. Each and every game, you know, she's coming up to me and she doesn't know how much that means to me, because as our leader, like, at the end of the day, you want to make your leader proud. You want to, you know, make a smile on her face and, you know, just get her going as well. So being able to play with her, I feel like has not only elevated my game, but the team as well. And I feel like it's just only going to get better.
John W. Davis with the Southern California News Group. Rakia, Kelsey, Azare, and Dearica combined for 85% of the points. Is that sustainable? And if it is, how do you do that?
I don't see why it isn't. I think the balance is what makes it tough. You know, Rakia was, I mean, she's such a tough guard, and you can put somebody smaller on her to match her athleticism or speed, or you can put somebody bigger on her to match her size, and either way, she's gonna make you wrong. And that, you know, I don't think that's gonna change from here to the end of the season. I could go down the list. Dearica is who she is. I mean, she's so efficient, 8 for 12, and you know, the rebounding and all the things. And Z, I mean, she was 5 for 5 from 3. Is she always gonna be 5 for 5 from 3? No, but you have to guard her, and that's gonna open things up. So she might go 0 for 5, but she's on the scouting report. Do not let her shoot. But I don't know today what her shooting percentage is, but it's really high. 7 for 8 from the field. I mean, that's who she is. And then we've talked about KP, just how, you know, the thing about KP, I think we all in this room know she could go for 40, but she wants to win more than go for 40. And if going for 40 is what it takes to win, then she'll do it. But tonight I thought, you know, she gained so much attention from the other team's scouting report, as she should. But she's not trying to get her, she's trying to win. And if it means she's got to take it, she's gonna. And I think that's a luxury. So can we sustain it? Yeah. I don't see why not.
Hey Coach, what did you tell your team when the Fever were making that run? And Rikia, how does it feel to be in that zone? You're averaging 26 points in your last 2 games. And what did you have for breakfast?
What was the question for me?
What did you tell the team when the Fever were making a run?
Just calm down, we're fine. Just we stay steady, we're all right. That was their run. We got to defend the 3. You know, that was a flurry by them, and that's a sign of a great team. They didn't quit. They could have, you know, we were up 22, I think. They could have folded. They didn't, and I respect that. You know, the lead was a little too big for it, but, you know, they hit some big shots, made us a little bit uncomfortable. But I think you just have to stay steady and not panic, not play not to lose. So I think we did, you know, ended up winning by 9. I don't know what you had for breakfast. Oh, I do know, actually.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
So what is it?
I had Chick-fil-A for breakfast.
Every day. Every day.
I love your shoes. Shout out Skechers. Yeah. But I just feel like as a group, like we're just playing together. I feel like we're very dangerous, and our momentum and our energy is really good right now. And like Coach Lynn said, we're not flinching. So we just have that confidence in each other. Like, yeah, if we get down, we're not panicking anymore. Like, we're just like, we know what to do. We've been here before. Like, we have the mental toughness to get over this hump or whatever that needs to be. But I just feel like we just keep coming and coming and coming and not putting our heads down. So I just feel like as a group, it's just a group thing, not just me thing.
Dave.
Hey Coach, this one's for you. I wanted to ask you about the lineup that you used, you know, early in the first half there when Cam was in, shifted Rikia to the 4, Ray to the 3. Just kind of what did you see out of that group there, and is that something, you know, that we might see more of?
Yeah, I think so. I liked it. You know, again, Cam's defense, as I mentioned, is a game changer, literally. And then, you know, Rikia, like I was talking earlier, she's a tough matchup. You know, that means that a forward's going to be guarding her, and that's the odds in our favor. I think Ray was great off the bench. She brings such a spark and a punch that, what? No pun intended. Yeah, figuratively a punch. But yeah, I love that. I really like that lineup. And I think we're able to play fast, and everyone out there can shoot, which makes my heart happy.
Eric Warwer with the LA Times. For Rikia and KP, Coach said pregame that the 2 most important things would be aggression and execution. How would you guys sort of grade yourselves in both of those areas?
Like individually or like as a team?
As a team.
The first half, I thought it was an A-. I thought it dropped a little bit in the second, you know, and I thought that when they went on the runs, we did a good job, but it wasn't as, so I'd say B-. So I don't know what the average is. B.
B plus.
B.
Yeah, I agree.
Sirit Sohi from The Ringer. You guys obviously have a lot of competitive, expressive players on the team. There was a stretch there where, Rikia, you hit a fader and Cam's kind of piping you up, and then Kelsey, you playfully stepped to Lexi at one point. I'm curious if this is either for either Rikia or Kelsey, if you guys felt your intensity bouncing off of each other, and maybe if there's like an identity forming there.
I just feel like it's fun. That's just who we are as people. Even in practice, we have that energy. That's just what our personalities are. We're very close, even off the court. Like, most teams probably want to get away from each other during off base and stuff. We somehow are still by each other. So I feel like this is just a fun group, and we're just, again, building that chemistry on and off the court. But when we're playing like that and feeding off each other's energy, that's fun. And that's when we're going on our runs. And that's when we're not flinching because we trust each other that much. So I just feel like it's just fun basketball.
Last question over here, Justin.
Hey, Coach. When you guys put this team together in the offseason and you see the fruition of it on nights like tonight, is this kind of the idea that you guys had where you could have this first unit like this and then bringing Cam and Ray into the fold, that you can then have a defensive unit that can come in behind them and kind of keep the energy going?
Yeah, I mean, and like I've said, I think the org, Reagan, our GM, put a good group together that's balanced and different, and but everyone, this is important to me, like everyone is a threat. Everyone can score. We play a style that's unique. But you're seeing we shot 56%. And that's just, I think, it's a reflection of shot quality. Are we taking great shots? I thought we took great shots tonight. And I think that, that's why things are clicking offensively. So yes, I really am proud of this group. I think we've got enough pieces and talent to make a playoff run. I really do. We just got to keep our foot on the gas. As I always say, we didn't come into the season saying we wanted to beat Indiana at home. We came into the season saying we want to make the playoffs. So we've got to keep pushing and keep getting better. I thought we played really well tonight, but there's things we got to get better at, and we'll make sure we continue to improve and work on that. But I want them to gain confidence too, because they're playing really well.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, thank you guys.
So we're back. We just heard from Coach. We heard from KP. We heard from Rikia. DJ, it's just a different vibe. Like, you come in that presser, it's laughs and jokes, giggling, a lot of good times compared to earlier in the season where it was tough.
Yeah.
But they're feeling good about themselves. KP and Rikia mentioned it. They're like, hey, we feel good about what we got going. And I like that because it just lets me know that they believe in themselves, but they believe in Coach Lynn Roberts and what she has going for them. Because some people thought that they were tripping early in the year when they were talking about we believe in making the playoffs. And even through the struggles, they're like, we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. They're actually getting to it, playing great basketball. What's your thoughts on just the energy of the presser, because it was really great?
I agree with you. The energy used to be heavy, but it's a lot lighter because they did the work. So a lot of times you go to the press conference and you're saying the same thing. It sounds like a broken record.
Yeah.
But the Sparks were actually putting in the work and getting better game by game.
Yep.
So when everybody got healthy, the product looked like what the work was, Michael.
Yeah.
So the coaches bought in, the players are bought in, but it's also fun. The players are having fun. The whole arena was going crazy. There were a lot of Indiana Fever fans here, but they were still cheering on the Sparks because it was a great brand of basketball to get behind.
Yeah, this was one of those games that the WNBA need to blast and say, hey, if y'all want to know what we bring to this world, this sports world,
play that.
Play this game. The energy of the crowd, big time moments, big time shots.
Big time performance. We got a good halftime performance.
Oh my gosh,
even.
halftime performance was dope. And Caitlin Clark didn't even play. So it's just great vibes for the Sparks. They're playing some great hoop. Like I said, the fearsome foursome are doing their thing. And just KP, she was mean mugging early in the season. Now the mean mug is gone.
I'll tell you why.
Love.
She said it in the press conference. She said, I'm better when I want to share the ball.
Yes.
So that change in perspective and mindset, when you think you came here to just run the show, and now you're willing to spread it, changes the floor for everybody else as well as yourself.
And she's playing great. She had 25 and 11, got to the line 10 with 10 shots. Like, she is playing some elite basketball, and they're just all meshing really, really well, and that's why they're able to play and win games how they're doing now. That's how they're able to pick up this 100-91 victory over the Indiana Fever. Great game. I can't wait to see what they got for us next. But before we get out of here, as always, we have to get our player of the game. And we got some help tonight. We got the friend of the show who was with us earlier. She followed us over inside the crypto.comarena. Jovan Roberts is with us with our player of the game.
Thanks, Michael and DJ. It's Jovan here with my player of the game. As I keep it sweet and simple, it's still Rickea Jackson. She did her thing tonight. I picked her as a player of the game. We were at the pregame tailgate party, and I said she's going to do her thing tonight. She had 27 points against the Seattle Storm last Friday when they went to double overtime and got that dub. And tonight, she brought the same energy again, had 25 points and 5 rebounds, just doing what she does best. She did her famous over-the-head shot that she did with the New York Liberty that got her the game-winning shot. Rickea is on a roll for her sophomore season, and I can't wait to see all the things she's going to do for the rest of the season. So look out for Rickea Jackson. She is on a mission, like DJ said, in her villain era, and I think she's going to do a great job for the rest of the season. That's it for me. Back to you guys, Michael and DJ.
So, hey, Jovan says she got Rickea Jackson. I think I might be leaning the same way, man. Because Rickea went crazy, showing the step back moves, getting to the rim, knocking down the 3 ball. She knocked down 3 of them today. She is fully in her bag.
Yep.
She came into this game averaging 13.9 points. That's going to continue to go up and up and up.
Yep.
But shout out to KP because that 25 and 11 is very impressive. But it's like Rickea, once she started putting the foot to the throat, it made the Fever struggle, and they had a hard time.
Absolutely.
So, do you agree with that player of the game?
I'm going to have to stick with my same player of the game. Azarae Z. Stevens, them three-pointers was daggers.
Yeah.
Okay? So, I'm for 5. You know, Rickea, friend of the show, love you. Boo, you player of the game on the actual Sparks, but I'm just going to say, Azarae Stevens, for the glue of it all, because in those timely three-pointers, if Azarae hadn't have made those three-pointers, I don't know if we could have been in the league
especially
as much
late.
as we was. He late,
because the Fever tried to make a run. You know,
of course, because they're a
after
good
being
team.
Down 17, which good teams are going to do.
Yeah.
Azarae made that big dagger 3.
It was over.
Yeah, that kind of was the nail in the coffin. But shout out to De'Erica doing what she do, 16 points, 7 rebounds.
Easy night for her.
Before the game, Eric said a triple-double for Julie Alamon. She didn't quite have that, but her triple-single was nice. 5 points, 7 assists, 8 rebounds, being that true point guard. So,
can't be mad.
Hey, it's a lot of great basketball being played with the Sparks. Ray Burrell came in and gave them nice minutes. Sarah
Ashley came back.
Got some burn today. So it was a great win for the Sparks. Now I can't wait to see what Thursday is going to bring. Hey, man.
It's Dodger night on Thursday.
Dodger night, yeah.
Pop up on us at Crypto.
Hey,
First
ready.
5,000 fans get a Sparks Dodger hat. You heard it here from LA Sparks Weekly, so get your tickets.
Hey, make sure y'all pull up. It's a terrific collab. I love this for the Sparks brand and for the Dodgers. For sure. They get to tap in with the W.
2 championship franchises linking up.
Yeah, as you know, that purple and gold, that blue and white, it looks good together. Hey. So from Michael, DJ, LA Sparks Weekly, we had a long day. So we about to go get us some rest. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Have a good night.